What's going on, Ben?
Not much. How's it going, guys?
Very good. Thank you so much for doing this today. I know you've had a couple weeks to sort of decompress. What would you make of your season in the OHL this year?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a great year. I feel like, our team had, lots of lows and highs throughout the season. Me personally, and as a team, I thought, we had a great run, in playoffs. Get the finals again, was huge for us. That was our goal, but, kind of came short, at the end goal, at the end of the day. It was a tough pill to swallow. Going to the finals back-to-back years and losing both times, but I was really proud of our group and what we accomplished. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was really tough. But yeah, overall, it was a great season.
And wearing the Chedsy on the shoulder, that's pretty awesome, man. A historic franchise and leading the way. What kind of adjustments did you make to become a captain? I mean, you weren't exactly like a wily old 20-year-old, and obviously they saw a lot of leadership qualities in you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm someone who's a leader by example. Right when I came into the OHL, I was buying into doing anything for the team to win, blocking shots, playing the right way, whatever the coaches needed, kind of thing. So, I feel like that kind of had something to do with me getting that honor of being named captain, especially an organization like Oshawa. So. Yeah, I mean, we had plenty of leaders in our room, and to lead a group of guys like that, we had a really tight group. So, yeah, I mean, it was really fun, and it was really surreal, to get named and to have that kind of honor. So,
Benny, we were loving it. I think on the daily on this show, we played a clip of you just hammering somebody in the OHL. You blocked a shot off your neck at some point in time this season. Like, what inspired you to adapt sort of your brand and the way you play the game over the years?
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've always been really competitive, doing anything for the team kind of guy, even in minor hockey. And yeah, I feel like this year, when it comes to, I mean, I've always been someone who's been, wanting to sacrifice the body, block shots, things like that. And, the hits kind of came into play this year, because, we had a new D coach in Oshawa, Patrick Sexton, and, he kind of brought that upon me, right when we first met and, he saw me play and stuff, he thought that was something I could bring into my game. I'm competitive and someone who can skate well, so he thought, that was something I could, bring into my game, and yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to help the team out that way. So
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the market are pretty excited that we got some guys coming down the barrel who don't play like pussies, and to be able to be that physical and that big D man back there. Is it hard to, in this era, you know, make those big hits and play physical with there's such an emphasis now on headshots and stuff and league disciplinarian action coming in all the time. If you see a guy coming down the wall and you want to pivot, step up and crush this guy, but he's got his leading with his head, have you had to, I guess you've grown up with that, but is it tough to play physical and still play within the lines that have kind of moved in the last, decade?
like I wouldn't say so. Obviously, some things would slide a lot more back in the day, but no, there's like at times throughout the year where I'd lay a hit, and I'd always just aim for the chest. I would never obviously no one likes dirty plays, so but yeah, I feel like I maybe one or two might have got like reviewed, but nothing came out of it. That doesn't really cross my mind when I'm trying to line up a guy. But yeah, I mean, you see it happen all the time. So yeah, it is kind of something you think about maybe a little bit, but
I know he's before your time, but have you ever watched tape of Scott Stevens play hockey?
yeah, no, yeah, sure have.
Jesus, man, that guy used to
Word.
light people up like shift by shift. And I was going to ask you too about somebody on the Leafs that you've grown fond of over the years, not just because he's a Leaf, but Chris Tanev. When you watch that guy play, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, I think ever since like especially now now as in the Leafs, I watch him that much more. But yeah, I mean, I just the way he plays, I think he's someone who like blocks a lot of shots, plays the right way, has a really good first pass. That was someone going through the draft process last year that I kind of looked up to, and saw comparisons in our game and what maybe I could be at the next level. So yeah, I mean, for him to be in Toronto now, and for me, kind of to got to meet him at like training camp and stuff. So yeah, he's really cool and really down to earth guy, and I hope to, learn some stuff off him hopefully soon. So.
Yeah, obviously, a guy that plays like a man would certainly be good to learn from. Jake Muzzin's a guy too who's kind of in with player development now. Have you crossed paths with him as well? And you mentioned Tanev, and then there's Muzzin as well, who I think played the right way on the back end. Do you have a good relationship with him?
Yeah, I mean, I have a great relationship with Muzz. I talk to him a lot throughout the year, whether he's coming to the games and seeing me after, and just talking about my play or doing video sessions with him. We talk a lot over text. Whether we're just looking at NHL clips or hey, are you watching this game? Do you see this? That type of thing. So yeah, I mean, he's an unreal person, someone that I can go to for anything, whether it's hockey or not. He's been really good to learn off of this year, and he's been awesome. So.
Where's your mindset at as you enter your off season of training? We just talked about your season just ended a couple weeks ago. Like, do you have a specific goal in mind for next season or what you want to accomplish over the summer into next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially last training camp, like obviously, I didn't really participate that much just because I got injured. But watching the training camp and just watching, the next level, how strong and fast and kind of what it, watching them compete and practice, it was an eye opener for me. And I think, I mean, it's stereotypical answer, but I mean, this summer it's just, you got to get bigger and faster and stronger, just keep maturing that way. So, I mean, I have to, have a really big summer and, make sure I'm that much better for next season. So.
Mm-hmm. Easton Cowan, obviously you've battled him in the O. Hopefully one day soon you'll be teammates with him, but he plays the game a certain way as well. What's it like to go up against him as a competitor?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of went at it a bit in there in the finals. Yeah, I mean, we're actually pretty good buddies, but on the ice, there's no friends out there. So, yeah, he's a phenomenal player. The way he skates and the way he has that confidence with the puck. He's a hard player to defend, and I wish him the best. At the rest of the Memorial Cup. So, yeah, I mean, he's tough to defend, fun to play against. So.
What kind of player would you say Easton Cowan is? Because I mean, I'll be honest, we watch a lot of Maple Leaf hockey. You don't watch as much, I think, Ontario Hockey League, but he's just been ripping it up. What makes Easton Cowan so hard to defend against?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, the confidence he has with the puck. He has confidence to make plays, and yeah, he's got really good hockey IQ. He makes everyone around him better, I think. And I mean, when you're able to do that, you're a pretty special player. So yeah, no, I can't wait to see what he does next year. So.
Ben, what are the chances we can get you to film some content at some point in time, you and Jay Rosell? Not sure if you know this, Rosie had a couple scraps in the NHL back in his day as a member of the Leafs, the Flyers, drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning. That would be a wicked video if Rosie can bring you through a tutorial. Would you be down for that, Rosie?
Yeah, I don't think he would be hanging out with
Ben's like, screw this.
I saw that scrap on the screen there. It looked like that kid was hugging you heavy. We wanted no business in that department, but there's no shortage of Leafs who are willing to do that in the back. Is anyone stand out to you as far as Leafs legends from the past that you admire?
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit out of my air, but I mean, my dad was a big fan of him and everything. Is like Wendell Clark, obviously.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, he was the captain. Just the way he played. He was physical, competitive guy, obviously on top of all his skills. So, yeah, I mean, I've obviously seen some clips of him, just being physical, being a rat out there, I guess. Yeah, exactly.
Different era, man. Different era. Well, Ben, I can't thank you enough for making the time today. Best of luck this off season. Looking forward to seeing you in Maple Leafs training camp in September. Appreciate this.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosell. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.